how Nike was built with just $1,200, the untold story of a global empire. Before Nike was a global giant, it started with a handshake deal, a borrowed car, and $1,200 scraped together by a young man with a wild idea. In the early 1960s, a 24-year-old Phil Knight had just finished business school at Stanford. He was a middle-distance runner, a quiet thinker, and obsessed with one question: why were German shoes dominating the American track scene? His thesis paper argued that Japan could do for running shoes what it had done for cameras: build cheaper, high-quality alternatives. That wasn't just an academic idea. It became a mission. In 1964, Knight borrowed his father's car, flew to Japan, and met executives from Onitsuka, a small but growing Japanese shoe company. He pitched himself as the American distributor. They agreed on a handshake. Knight wired $1,200 to import his first batch of Tiger shoes and started selling them out of the trunk of his car. He teamed up with his former track coach, Bill Bowerman, who began modifying the shoes to improve performance. They called their startup Blue Ribbon Sports. It wasn't glamorous. Deliveries were late, money was tight, and Phil worked as a CPA to stay afloat. By the early 1970s, the relationship with Onitsuka fell apart. Blue Ribbon Sports needed to survive. That's when a new idea was born, their own brand. A student was paid $35 to design a new logo, the swoosh. And from an obscure Greek goddess came a new name, Nike. Their first big break came on the track. Endorsed by top athletes and worn at Olympic trials, Nike shoes started turning heads. Then came the real shift, Air Jordan. Signing Michael Jordan in 1984 transformed Nike from a sneaker brand into a cultural force. Nike's marketing was sharp, aggressive, and emotional. Campaigns like Just Do It turned fitness into identity. Their shoes weren't just products, they were statements. Revenue exploded. By the 1990s, Nike had surpassed Adidas and Reebok to become the world's top sportswear brand. Today, Nike earns over $50 billion a year, sponsors world champions, and dominates not just sports, but streetwear, music, and pop culture. But it all began with a single question, a borrowed car, and a $1,200 shipment of running shoes. Phil Knight once said, "Let everyone else call your idea crazy, just keep going." Want more stories of how iconic brands began from nothing? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we've only just started.